Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at Lumen Field in downtown Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Steps away. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one,
and this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawks touchdown. DK Metcalf with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off and not the...
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Khalif Raymond, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Julian Okwara. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2nd and 20. Here's Stevens to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Webb. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete. Intended receiver there was Quintez Cephas. But now it's 3rd down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Webb. Escaping the pressure right. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack.
Oh, boy, he got a favorable spot there. The guys on the sidelines were raising their hands over their head and clasping their hands to signal safety. But the official marked it just outside the end zone at the 1-yard line.
And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Taking on the midfield logo. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. They find some open field here. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And Barry, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try to help against the run.
The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Going to give it to Love. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Bryce Love with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's in...
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Webb. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Jeff Okudah up from his cornerback spot to make the play. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Out to the flat here for Johnson. Well, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On first down, here's Love. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Shotgun handoff now for Love. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Love. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
Jason Myers on for the field goal. A 53-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And that is incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down. And Myers able to knock it through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Here's Khalif Raymond to return.
Have some of this!
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On play action, they'll throw. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down. Intended receiver there was Quintez Cephas, and it's third down. Throwing is Stevens. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Now it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
26, 19.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Push him back. Push him back. 14. Check 12. 12.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Seahawks on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, alert. 56. Mike's 56. Hey, we heavy on the end.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing again here, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by a Fitu Melifonwu. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Play action. Here's Stevens. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. Over the middle, complete. It's Stevens. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is caught inside the 5.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ty Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll throw again from their own end zone. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Going play action with Stevens. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 44. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards. On first and 10, it's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are running away with this one.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they really won't have much time to work with. Just 19 seconds showing on the clock.
Don't get nervous.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. All right, D, let's go. All right, D.
Now Stevens. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 42. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day.
And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the 3rd quarter?
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Now left side on the swing pass. A little juke. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Stevens. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And down to the 11. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Touchdown! DeAndre Swift, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions take advantage of the turnover to put up 6. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need to rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. That's taken in by Eskridge, complete. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Khalif Raymond with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead is down to 24. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 64 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now Johnson. Making the tackle there, Cornelder.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 28. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football now. 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is, and this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we've got a backup who's warmed up and has come into the game, so you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Khalif Raymond now. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Stevens setting up to throw it. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL.
Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And this will wind up a Lions first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Stevens now off the play fake. And now here is another interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Here's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Tracy Walker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Adams. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Check 26, check 26.
They go play action now. Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 34. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's taken down inside the red zone past the Seattle 15.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking for Hockenson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson, deep ball for Goodwin. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Marquise Goodwin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he's only going to get this to the 4-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a game of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 18-yard line.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. 54.
A pitch out to Swift here. And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 30.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to let it go deep.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Intended receiver there was Quintez Cephas.
But it'll be 2nd down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. On the ground with a tight end, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 29. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Wilson wants to throw it. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, but it's going to be 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Wilson now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. He hits his target, Lockett. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Now Wilson on 1st down.
Returning right back to Lockett.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Power. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Zebra. 45.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Out to the right. He gets it to Lockett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.